Saturday afternoon, she's cold, she's wet, so just tune into Triple M and enjoy the next couple of hours of very, very sharp stuff. The Saturday Rub. Damo's in, Duck's in, he's got the trench coat, he's looking a little gangster, which I like, he's on edge. I've got Bernard in here, he's looking relaxed and laid back, and Fat, well, it's just been a week for Fat that I had on Dead Set Legends in Adelaide earlier, but I chatted to the boys there. They brought up the front bar during the week. And I said, Fat came in the next day after Thursday night with Dead Set with a stiffy you could see from the moon. I've never seen a man happier with himself.
Well, that's true.
He swaggered in like he'd reinvented television.
Let's be honest.
The Great Wall of China.
You wouldn't see it from the moon. I couldn't see it sitting next to you.
You just heard it then. Enough.
It's gone to your head. This week has gone to your head.
I've had to think about it. I've had a big week, by the way. I've been to the Geelong Trots, and I went to the Danny Green show last night.
The Geelong Trots.
And I have been on Media Street, so I'm going to pull back a bit today.
What was it? My little mail stream came through. Was that an audition for something deeper?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Hello. Is Channel 7 attempting to poach you?
No, I wouldn't think so.
That was what someone
the other night
to me.
You'd think there might be.
I thought you started nervously.
I was nervous.
I thought you started nervously.
No, this is true.
Yep.
Well, 25 years at Channel 9.
Yep.
And never ever walked into Channel 7 ever. Never been through those doors. And you walk in, and you go, oh, hang on. So I was a bit nervous, and then you see all the superstars up in lights. Brian's there. Bunny's there that does the weather.
Jane Bunn.
Jane Bunn.
Yes.
And you got you got the newsreaders and everything. No Jim. I did not see a photo of Jim.
Duck's there.
And then I saw this big nose. That must have been Tim Watson, is it? I don't know. But
Basil.
But you see all those boys and you go, oh, geez, I'm fit. And then I had to go to the boardroom. And then you go, so I was a touch nervous, yes.
You played the V early on too, I thought, just the first... just between mid-on and mid-off.
Don't come out and be too
pedestrian. But he got his Timmy Watson one away. I saw all the big names and Tim Watson. There was a chortle amongst the crowd there, and he got comfortable with himself.
But he opened up after that, didn't he, Jim?
Well, here's the thing, Purple. I sat down and watched, and I thought, I'm just going to see if... Because the front bar are famous for getting stuff out of people that you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, like unknown stuff. And so I thought to myself, well, he won't go to the places he goes here all the time.
Well, I just assumed that because it was an audition that it would be new. That it would be the stuff that everyone has heard. Not just dozens of times, but on some occasions hundreds of times.
So he wouldn't go with the sacked Gary Ayres story. That would be one he wouldn't go with.
Well, I would have thought he wouldn't have gone with that, but... He did.
Did I?
Oh, no. Gary Ayres was a coach, and it was the end of the year. So I remember going in with my vanilla folder there, and I'd written out a whole page of stuff I'd be good for. 2 more games for 200. I could play happy to play in the VFL in the seconds. I'd be good to have around the club, all that stuff. This nice. So I had it in my folder. I walk in to see Gary. We sit down, and as he goes, "We've made a decision, Bill. We're not going with you next year, and that's done, mate. You're done." I said, okay. He said, you got anything to say? And I said, no, it's okay.
So all I'm thinking, Damo, as I'm watching it is, I mean, I wish it so many times a week, a year, but I just so wish Spud was still with us. The field day he would have had with this. So then, of course, he wouldn't have brought Assumption up. But that wouldn't have come up.
Because everyone gets a year 12 mark, don't they? And we know what Billy did in year 12. He played a bit of footy, and we've heard this one before too, and he went there as well, too.
No. Because people always say, how'd you go in year 12? And I go, well, picked 150.
Bang! So don't you laugh, Duck, you didn't do year 12.
So there I'm thinking, well, that'll cover it. That'll dry up the old stuff. And then, of course, well, we've got an election coming up. I'm thinking, surely not.
Jim, he went there as well.
Oh, no. They're not the footy journos, they're the political journos. And they're waiting for, there's no Jeff Folder and John Anderson there. They're waiting for me. And I stop. Oh, this will be good. I'll just say a few words. I've still got no idea what the separation of powers is.
And Jim, I'm like you, because I'm thinking there's something new's got to come soon. I actually just assumed that the 89 grand final wouldn't come up. But then, and then obviously Gary Ablett had a big game, and our man didn't get a kick. I just assumed he wasn't going to go there. But
so you're thinking you won't mention it anyway, because it wasn't a great day for Bill.
No, but,
and then he won't go with the real obvious obvious one of Ablett and I kicked 11. So then, Hose?
No.
Look, it was a great game. I thought me and Ablett did our job. We kicked 11 goals between us.
And they're all chuckling away. And I'm just thinking,
This is old.
I actually poured myself a beer and had a beer today.
Yeah, I like that one. And Jim, the other one is, I think Bill's made this story up over the journey. The practice match out at Skinner Reserve, and, which is near the Tullamarine Airport. And we've heard this story 147
No, you haven't.
7 times before, and he went there as well, Jim.
I know.
There's a throw in, forward pocket, and I didn't know the game was being taped, by the way. Throw in, I'm about 10 metres off the throw in, and I'm watching a plane.
And Mick's humouring him.
Yeah.
Mick's heard these a million times. Mick's sitting there going, all right, if you're going to go there, I'll help you. I'll help you with a chortle, even though I've heard it for the 75th time.
They never heard any of that stuff.
There was a couple of moments like Jim did at the Sporty a couple of years ago when you forget your lines in your that night on the wheel, when Jim reminds you, that happened after another bit, Bill. Oh yeah, that's right. Murray was doing that too.
He gave Murray a drawing on the show, by the way. Poor old Murray ended up with Bill sitting on top of him.
Murray had to throw to me about that one.
And then the Brownlow, of course, you know, like, and Duck, we're going to get some clarity out of you in a minute.
No, we're not.
The vision was shown of him playing on you.
Get me right of reply.
Unfair edits, but anyway, Bill goes, okay, well, yeah, I did finish whatever he bloody finished.
Six. We know it's 6. And
but I'm thinking, okay, well, that's bad enough, but he won't talk about Hamilton. No, surely.
You came 6th in the Brownlow that year.
What? Yes, I did.
You came 6th in the Brownlow.
I didn't get invited. I was on Hamilton Island.
What's wrong with that? You haven't heard that one.
Oh, no, only 88 times that one. And Jim, just before we let Duck have a right reply on a couple of things, how many times have we heard this story when he was playing for Geelong and he and Barry Stoneham had the cafe across the road and then that famous, where the sandwich had to be made and he had to take the cheese slices out and the chicken bit.
You hadn't heard the chicken.
I've heard the chicken bit
Seriously.
47 times. I heard it a 48th time, Rose.
Bazza had put about 3 bits of chicken in there and he threw it on the bench. He wasn't happy. He went and sat down. I want another one. So I said, here, give it here, Baz. So I got the bread. I went out the back, got a whole chalk, right? Bread, whole chalk, and that bread on top. And I took it out to him and put it down. Did he crack the sack?
So,
have a listen to the audience.
Genuine laughter.
It's canned laughter. It was recorded.
That's how I heard it, Bert. I'm watching it and I'm thinking, Bill, sort of halfway through his bit, giving it they haven't heard this yet. How in God's name haven't they heard any of this?
His confidence was just growing.
Suddenly he's just lifting like a Leviathan. But Duck, he's picked out the 2 bits of vision.
I picked it out.
When he's had a decent time in a one-on-one with you in a game from 1990.
And I watched the other night too because I knew Bill was on.
Oh.
And so it was a great.
So you're all watching because I'm on. That's good for a rating.
We support one another, and I thought I'll watch, and I think he'll be very funny. And then I heard all the old crap. So and then when I saw the vision, come up, I just thought,
it looked bad for you.
This will be.
You were falling over again.
Yeah, what's going on?
Taking hangers on you.
Get that cut up like that. I'll just give you, because straight away I just went to memory and I thought, I think I kicked 5 that day.
No, you didn't.
5? No,
and from memory...
It's your 8th game.
From my 8th game,
17.
I kicked 3-3. I was 18. I had 19 disposals at centre half forward. A little bit harder to mark it and kick goals than it is to punch it and run around and just get cheap kicks. Yeah. And when he finished 6th in the Brownlow, I actually come runner-up B&F at North Melbourne that year. Where did you finish in your B&F?
4th.
Yeah,
so I'm a forward. I get set to play at centre half back. I'm playing on the king, this kid from Wagga Wagga.
He was 18.
I was 18. I wasn't.
Who bounces footy on anthills. Bounces footy on anthills.
Bang. Bill was in his 5th year.
Yeah.
That was my first.
You've had your say. Don't come close to me. You know what happened last time you come close to me? I just got rid of you like a fly. Anyway, I take on the Duck, right? And I go back. I've heard about this bloke. He's going to be a superstar. Fair dinkum. 29 disposals that day. 20 Duck, shut up. Yep. 29 disposals, 7 marks, 3 Brownlow votes on the Duck board.
Yeah, and Paul Couch had 34 and kicked 3 and got the 2 votes.
Well, I obviously won the game. from the starting from the half-back line. I think I had 7 bounces, 7 running bounces.
If an 18-year-old kid in his 8th game kicks 3 goals, 3 on you, that's not a great game.
You're this tough bloke.
That's not a great game.
See how easy I got rid of you a couple of times? Just whack, and you're on the grill. Oh!
I was still.
It did look good for you, Doug. You were on the ground a lot in that game.
I was surprised.
I was still developing.
I've never seen anyone do that to you. Bill of all people.
Ragdolled you.
In my
Ragdoll.
8th game, Bernie.
Ragdoll.
So,
And
Bernard,
ended up runner-up in the
Look
game.
at, see Doug, he's getting to the edge of his seat. He's
Move
a bit
forward.
aggressive.
He's moved forward.
This is where I start to worry.
Bill gets out onto the set, and like the white T-shirt didn't do.
No.
I went the younger look. I had a haircut.
Can't change your head.
The poor bastard on the camera is trying to adjust the focus because the guts is in focus. So then he has to pull back so his head's in focus and the guts in there. Anyway, Bill gives it COVID hasn't been great for me. I'm watching the telly going, he's looked like that for 15 years. COVID's had nothing to
It
do
was
with it.
just a nice little half.
Wasn't to help him out.
I tell you what, the audience, and Rosemary was in the audience.
Yes.
I looked over once, doubled over they were. Some were in the aisles.
Rosie's heard these stories more than anyone.
They had to call a doctor in to sew up a few of the people that were laughing that up.
What was the reaction legitimately like, please?
Well, I get paid to laugh here.
Get stuff, Rosemary.
Well, it's a perfect setup, though, Bill. It's, you get to talk about yourself,
Spot on.
play the vision you want,
Spot on.
and drink beer.
Mate, so there's a couple of bits
You
of
should be
vision
on that.
because we have seen the vision and heard it a bit. I'll take that.
You concede that?
I'll concede that. Nearly as much as all you have to say in this room, you say Mother's Day. Oh! Cross the Baldy Bridge. Oh, the petrol. How dear's petrol?
What about the pirate in the
Oh,
chest?
the pirate.
Now, Bill,
Yeah.
I'm being legitimate.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a little... Because, as we know,
Oh, hello.
Pangy's on 1 in 3.
Yeah.
I
So-
suggested the other night, I said, I got a good guest for you next week. Why don't you do it, Pangy? And never on the show. You can come in as a guest.
So is there a little opening for
No,
fans?
no,
Slide in?
no.
Yeah.
That's what I'd heard, Bill.
Bill.
I'd heard they were going
Yeah.
to try and poach you.
The ratings through the roof there.
Friday night.
No, I wouldn't have thought. No, but Thursday night, if Pangy's not there, could you sidle in next to Mick?
Well, it'll come down to dollars.
do you need some new material, though, in all honesty? Just to get you through the next 20 years on the speaking circuit?
So, all right, what do you go with?
No, I don't go with anything.
No, negative
Nah.
stuff. So
Charisma.
You tell
Not
the
being a
same.
nerd.
You seem the same crap. You are the king of talking double crap. But anyway, it was the new vision I saw. That torpedo.
That was a big goal.
Exactly.
Better than
for the
Jeff
centre.
Berrington.
Footy Park.
And it was.
Yeah, and I like the way
Yep.
you describe how you kicked it too. You want to run us through that again?
Yeah, just hold it like that. How else? I'm never going to be a coach. I don't think that's past me. But
You reckon?
Past you?
the stuff, that stuff when I ragdolled Dark, I hadn't seen that before. And what about the state squad stuff when I'm I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be here. That was the worst.
I didn't realise that Teddy Whitten was on radio down in Geelong.
K-Rock.
Yeah.
K-Rock and just threw Bill a bone. Most of those blokes in the state squad are looking at Bill going, who are you?
Simon Madden, Greg Williams, mate,
Derek Danaher.
Robbie Flower, mate, all the superstars, and I run out. They go,
The only one that knew you was Ablett.
and he doesn't still didn't have a name by then.
All right.
Poor
And
fat.
No, it was interesting. Fat.
It was very good.
Entertaining.
You liked it.
All in all.
I did too, Bill.
I did like it.
Bill,
I
liked it.
Bill, I actually liked it.
Very good.
Well done.
Oh,
Well
thank
done.
you. Thank you. Rose?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Well done, Bill.
see, we have a
We're just not going to tell you we like it.